All right, so we're going to take a deep dive into this Taurus horoscope for March 2025.
Okay.
You specifically requested this one.
Right.
And I have to say, just glancing in the material, this is pretty intense.
Oh, yeah.
This is from Lorenzo, and
Oh, Lorenzo.
he's known for being very direct, very specific, no sugarcoating. This is not your typical vague horoscope. This is very time-bound, very specific, and based on some pretty serious astrological calculations. So, are you ready for this?
I am. I think so.
Okay. All right. So Lorenzo breaks down the March into 3 distinct phases.
Okay.
The first one is March 1st through the 10th, and he calls this a social shakeup.
Oh.
And looking at the details, I can definitely see why.
Okay.
He's talking about a feeling of instability, particularly around friendships and those long-term goals you've been working towards.
So it's a time to sort of reassess who's really there for you.
Yeah. And who's maybe holding you back.
Right, exactly.
It's like a reality check for those relationships.
Yeah. A real reality check in terms of who genuinely supports your vision and who might be, inadvertently or not, maybe holding you back.
Yeah, it's almost like, that friend who you thought was always in your corner.
Right.
And then something happens and you realize, they weren't quite who I thought they were.
Exactly.
And that to be a theme during this first 10 days of March.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then it doesn't let up from there.
Really?
March 11th to the 20th.
Okay.
He warns secrets come to light.
Ooh, that sounds a little ominous.
It does sound a little ominous.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not necessarily about gossip or external drama.
Right.
What he seems to be saying is it's more about a hidden truth surfacing. Maybe something you've been avoiding. A betrayal you haven't fully processed, or even a subconscious fear coming to the forefront.
So facing those things that maybe we've been kind of sweeping under the rug.
Exactly. It's like when you know you should deal with something, but you keep putting it off and putting it off.
Procrastinating, yeah.
And then finally it just explodes. That's what this is kind of like.
Okay.
This is the time to confront what you've been burying.
Yeah.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
It's about clearing the air.
Yeah.
And moving forward with more honesty, self-awareness, all of that.
Exactly. And then we move into the final phase of March from the 21st to the 31st.
Okay.
And Lorenzo labels this instinct in action.
Interesting.
So your instincts are heightened.
Okay.
You feel this sense of urgency. And decisions made during this time will ripple out in the coming months.
Oh, wow.
So the stakes are pretty high.
High stakes, all right. So like big decisions, potentially.
Big decisions.
Yeah.
And he seems to be suggesting that if you make the tough choices, you'll see real progress.
Okay.
But if you resist change, you're going to end up exhausted and frustrated.
You're fighting it the whole way.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's better to just embrace, it sounds like.
Yeah. And he even says, stop holding on to what's already on. Just let go.
Let it go.
Taurus is known for loving their comfort zone.
Yeah, comfort and stability.
But it seems like March is demanding they break free from that and embrace a new way of being.
Gotta get out of that comfort zone.
Gotta get out of the comfort zone, this mind.
Okay.
He even talks about that uneasy feeling as a guide.
What does he mean about that?
That inner voice telling you something's off.
Right.
Like that gut feeling.
Okay.
He's saying don't ignore it.
Don't ignore it.
Pay attention to those gut feelings, especially when it comes to love and relationships. Lorenzo's predictions for this area are... well, let's just say he's not mincing words.
Okay, I'm a little scared now.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Well, he titled this section, Love and Relationships, No More Illusions, which pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
If your relationships are built on fantasy, March is going to bring a harsh reality check.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's suggesting that any illusions you have about your partner or a potential love interest will just crumble.
Wow.
Possibly leading to heartbreak.
So a time for honesty.
A time for honesty, yes. And being real with yourself.
And with your partner.
With your partner, yeah. Are you truly seeing them for who they are?
Right.
Or are you projecting your own desires and hopes onto them?
Projecting all that baggage, right?
Yeah. And he even mentions the possibility of a past connection resurfacing, tempting you to repeat old patterns.
Oh, no. Going back to the ex is never good.
And not always a good idea, but sometimes it works out.
Sometimes.
So it's a time to be really discerning.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, is this genuine?
Right.
Or am I just trying to avoid the deeper work I need to do on myself?
Avoiding that self-growth, yeah.
Yeah, because Lorenzo doesn't stop at love. He dives right into career and finances.
Oh, boy.
And it sounds equally intense.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he calls it a wake-up call.
Oh, wake-up call. All right, I'm ready. I'm awake.
Okay, so what he seems to be saying is March is forcing you to reassess your career path and your approach to money.
Okay.
If you've been playing it safe.
Yeah.
You might feel this sudden urge to take risks.
Okay.
On the other hand, if you've been reckless, there might be consequences.
So finding that middle ground.
Finding that balance between caution and boldness.
Got it.
And there's a detail here that I found fascinating.
Oh, tell me.
He says a financial opportunity is coming your way.
Oh, that's good.
But it won't be handed to you.
Okay.
You have to be alert.
Uh-huh.
Recognize it and seize it.
So be ready.
Be ready? Yeah, he even mentions that an acquaintance might drop a hint.
Oh, really?
Or offer an insight that could change your financial trajectory.
Interesting.
So pay attention to those unexpected conversations.
Those random encounters.
Yeah, you never know where opportunity might come from.
That's very true.
So Lorenzo's really emphasizing the importance of being proactive.
Yeah.
Recognizing those opportunities when they arise.
Right.
But it's not all about external hustle.
Oh.
He also dives into mental and physical health.
Okay.
And his message here is clear.
What's that?
You can't ignore this anymore.
You're right. You're right. Self-care.
Self-care is essential this month.
It's not optional.
It's not optional. He's saying it's essential.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, it's like ignoring that check engine light in your car.
Oh, yeah.
You can keep driving, but eventually something's going to give.
Exactly.
He seems to be saying the same applies to your well-being.
Our bodies will talk to us if we don't listen to them.
Exactly. Don't wait for a breakdown to happen. Take care of yourself now.
Prioritize it, right?
Prioritize it.
Yeah.
He stresses the importance of examining your daily habits.
Okay.
Your sleep patterns, your overall mental well-being.
So just kind of taking stock.
Taking stock? Yeah, what needs to change? What are you avoiding?
Yeah.
These are the questions he's urging you to ask yourself.
Self-reflection is key this month, it sounds like.
Self-reflection is key, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Lorenzo's predictions for March are
intense,
to say the least.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's touch on the astrological influences behind all of this, because he does go into some detail about the planetary movements that are shaping these predictions.
So why behind all of
The
it?
why behind all of it. Yeah, and I think that's going to be really fascinating to explore.
Yeah, let's dive into that.
All right, so stay tuned for part 2 where we'll unravel those cosmic mysteries.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Welcome back to the deep dive. As promised, let's explore those specific astrological influences that Lorenzo highlights in his forecast for you.
I'm ready.
So these planetary movements are believed to be shaping the energy you'll be experiencing throughout March.
Okay, I'm ready to unpack this cosmic puzzle.
All right, so he mentions a lot of different planets and their movements.
Yeah, where do we even begin?
Well, he starts by talking about the sun's movement through Pisces.
Okay.
Specifically, its position in your 11th house, which is associated with friendships, long-term goals, and your wider social network.
Okay.
This transit lasts until March 20th, and it's emphasizing that need for you to reevaluate those areas of your life, as we discussed earlier.
So that's why there's so much emphasis on those potential social shakeups?
Exactly.
And the need to really examine who's truly supporting you in those areas.
Right.
It's not just random.
It's written in the stars.
It's literally written in the stars.
Exactly.
Wow, okay.
Then on March 20th, the sun shifts into Aries.
Okay.
Landing in your 12th house, which governs introspection, hidden matters, and the subconscious.
Okay.
This transition marks a significant shift in energy.
That makes sense. Lorenzo was talking about secrets coming to light.
Yes.
And facing those deeper truths.
Exactly.
It seems like the sun moving into this more introspective house.
Yeah.
Is really going to amplify that energy.
Absolutely. And adding to that intensity, Venus, the planet of love and relationships, goes retrograde in Aries, also in your 12th house, starting on March 5th.
Venus retrograde, that always sounds a bit daunting.
It can be a little bit challenging.
What's it mean for me specifically with it happening in my 12th house?
Well, Venus retrograde is known for shaking things up in relationships.
Okay.
Bringing past issues to the surface and forcing us to confront what we might have been avoiding.
So in my 12th house,
yes,
this particular retrograde
could bring up old relationship patterns, hidden resentments, or even the resurfacing of past love.
Because the exes are coming back?
Maybe. It's a time to be extra honest with yourself about what you truly desire in your relationships.
Okay.
And to question whether you've been settling for less than you deserve.
So it's not necessarily about doom and gloom.
No.
But about using this time to gain clarity.
Exactly.
And make sure my relationships are built on a solid foundation.
Yes.
It's about facing those uncomfortable truths.
Yeah.
Even if they're hidden deep down.
Exactly. And then we have Lilith, a point in the astrological chart that represents our shadow self, our hidden desires, and those parts of ourselves we might try to suppress.
Okay.
Lorenzo emphasizes Lilith's movements as a significant factor this month.
Lilith always sounds a bit mysterious.
She can be a little bit intense.
What role does she play in my March forecast?
Well, Lilith starts the month in Libra in your 6th house of work, daily routines, and health.
Okay.
This placement could trigger some power struggles in your workplace, perhaps highlighting feelings of being undervalued or taken advantage of.
So that's why there's this emphasis on setting boundaries.
Exactly.
And taking back my power in that area of my life.
Yes.
It's like Lilith is urging me to assert myself and not let others walk all over me.
Precisely. And then on March 28th, Lilith shifts into Scorpio, landing in your 7th house of partnerships.
Uh-oh.
This transit can intensify the energy in your close relationships, potentially triggering confrontations.
Oh, boy.
Or a need to renegotiate the terms of those partnerships.
Wow, it sounds like March is really going to test those close relationships.
It could.
Forcing me to be honest about my needs and stand up for what I want.
It's about establishing a sense of balance and equality.
Okay.
In those relationships. Now moving on to Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance.
Okay.
Lorenzo has it positioned in Gemini, your 2nd house of finances and values.
Okay.
This placement can bring financial opportunities, but also a tendency to overspend.
So there's this potential for growth and abundance.
Yes.
But I need to be careful not to get carried away.
Right.
And make impulsive decisions.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between taking advantage of opportunities and being responsible with your resources.
Got it.
And finally, we have Pluto, the planet of transformation in Aquarius, your 10th house of career and public image.
Okay.
This transit could bring major shifts in your career path, prompting you to break free from limitations and embrace your true calling.
That sounds exciting, but also a bit intimidating.
It can be both.
Is this suggesting a complete career overhaul?
It might not be that drastic, but it definitely points to a period of significant change and reevaluation when it comes to your career aspirations and your overall direction in life.
Okay, so we've got the Sun, Venus retrograde, Lilith, Jupiter, and Pluto, all influencing different areas of my life.
A lot going on.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
Is there anything else I should be aware of astrologically?
Yes. Lorenzo does mention one more important transit, Mercury retrograde.
Uh-oh.
It starts on March 15th in Aries in your 12th house.
Mercury retrograde, isn't that usually associated with communication breakdowns?
Yes.
And technological glitches?
Exactly. And in your 12th house, it could also bring up old emotional patterns, unresolved issues from the past.
Okay.
And a tendency to overthink things.
So it's like this retrograde is amplifying the need for introspection.
Yeah.
And urging me to be extra cautious about communication.
Right.
Both with myself and others.
Exactly. It's a time to slow down, reflect, and avoid making major decisions until Mercury goes direct again.
Okay, so with all of these planets and their movements, it seems like March is going to be a really intense and transformative month.
It's a powerful time.
It's exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. How can I possibly prepare for all of this?
Well, the good news is that you don't have to navigate this alone.
Okay.
Lorenzo provides some specific dates and events that act as checkpoints within this journey, moments where these energies might manifest in a more tangible way.
That sounds helpful. It's like having a more detailed roadmap for this cosmic journey?
Exactly.
What are some of those key dates I should be aware of? All right, so welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into your Taurus March 2025 horoscope.
Okay.
We've unpacked those intense themes.
Right.
We've explored the key planetary players shaping the month.
Yes.
Now let's zero in on those specific dates that Lorenzo pinpoints as potential turning points.
Okay.
Are you ready to plot these on your cosmic calendar?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay, Lorenzo first highlights March 14th.
Okay.
When there's a total lunar eclipse in Virgo landing in your 5th house of love, creativity, and self-expression.
Ooh, eclipses.
Eclipses are always powerful events.
Yes, they are.
What can we expect with this one?
Well, lunar eclipses are often linked to endings, culminations, or sudden revelations.
Okay.
In your 5th house, this eclipse could bring a dramatic shift in a romantic relationship, a creative breakthrough, or even a profound realization about what truly brings you joy.
So it's like a cosmic spotlight shining on your heart.
Exactly.
And your passions urging you to get real about what matters most.
Yes.
It's a time to break free from patterns that no longer serve you.
Right.
And step into a more authentic expression of yourself.
I love that.
Okay, and as if that wasn't enough.
What else?
We then have the Sun entering Aries on March 20th,
which
we touched on earlier.
Right.
This marks a distinct energetic shift from the outward focus of Pisces to the inward focus of Aries, landing in your 12th house of introspection and hidden matters.
Right.
It's like the universe is saying, okay, enough of the external stuff.
Yeah.
Time to go deep within and confront those shadows.
Do the inner work.
Do the inner work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lorenzo was really emphasizing the importance of facing those hidden truths.
Yeah.
And it seems this transit is going to amplify that energy even further.
Absolutely.
It's a time to connect with your intuition process, any unresolved emotions. And clear out those mental and emotional cobwebs.
Spring cleaning for the soul.
Spring cleaning for the soul. I love that. And then we have another powerful event on March 29th.
Oh my goodness.
A new moon and a partial solar eclipse.
Wow.
Both in Aries and in your 12th house.
Intense.
A double whammy.
Yeah.
New moons are usually about new beginnings.
Yes.
But with the solar eclipse in the mix,
right.
and in such an introspective house, what does that signify?
Well, this combination intensifies the energy of new beginnings.
Okay.
Adding an element of unexpected change or a sudden shift in direction.
Okay.
In your 12th house, this could manifest as profound spiritual awakening, a release of deep-seated emotional baggage, or even a breakthrough in therapy or shadow work.
It's like a cosmic reset button.
Yes.
Clearing out the old and making space for a new version of yourself to emerge.
Love it.
Especially on a subconscious level.
Deep, deep work.
Deep work, this definitely sounds like a pivotal moment for personal growth and transformation.
Absolutely.
So remember, these dates are not set in stone,
Okay.
but rather energetic focal points where those themes we've discussed might play out more prominently.
Okay.
You still have the power to choose how you respond to these events.
Right.
And to shape your own journey.
Your own destiny.
Okay, so to recap those key dates, we have the lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 14th,
Okay.
highlighting love and creativity.
Right.
Then the sun enters Aries on March 20th,
Yes.
shifting the focus to introspection and shadow work.
Uh-huh.
And finally, the new moon and solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th,
Okay.
offering a powerful opportunity for a cosmic reset.
Wow, those are definitely dates to circle on your calendar.
Yeah, and remember, this entire month is infused with the energy of change, transformation, and self-discovery.
Yes.
It's an invitation to embrace your power, face your fears,
Right.
and create a life that truly aligns with your deepest desires.
I love that.
Lorenzo's predictions are intense, but ultimately they're empowering.
He's really pushing for growth.
He's not sugarcoating things.
Yeah.
He's giving you the tools to navigate this challenging but ultimately rewarding month.
It's a good way to put it.
What resonates most strongly with you from his forecast? What areas are you most curious to explore further?
That's a good question for all of our listeners out there.
Yeah, take some time to reflect on what we've discussed today.
Okay.
And see how it connects to your personal experience.
Right.
Where do you feel the need for change or growth?
Yeah.
What steps can you take to make the most of this transformative energy?
It's a powerful time.
It is. And remember that powerful question Lorenzo posed.
Oh, yeah.
March isn't playing games.
Ooh.
This month is demanding your active participation.
Right.
It's a call to step into your power, make conscious choices, and create the life you truly desire.
I love that.
What one action will you take to ensure that you're not just surviving March, but truly thriving?
That's the question.
That's the question. All right, that wraps up our deep dive into your Taurus March 2025 horoscope.
It was intense.
It was intense. It was exciting. It was a lot.
It was.
We hope you enjoyed it and found it insightful.
Yes, we did too.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and insights. Feel free to reach out and share what resonated with you most from this deep dive.
Yes, please do.
And until next time, keep exploring.